Hello and welcome to Austin EV Only. We've probably got the only working Piaggio Ape 50 that's been converted from gas to electric in all of the United States. Have you ever wondered what's involved in converting from gas to electric? Well, today I'm going to take you on a quick walking tour and show you how we did it. Okay, quick rundown of the Book Moto. This has been an amazing adventure. We got everything working that I can think of. So, lights work, turn signal works, horn works, windshield wipers. Seems like such a simple thing, but it was a lot of effort to get the lights sorted out. Coming around the front side. Lights are working. Turn signal's working. Running lights are working. Brake lights working. All right. So let's do a rundown of what we got here. We'll start with the battery side because that's probably the easiest side to explain. Cool. So here's our battery pack. Consists of 16 CALB 160 amp hour cells. On top are two boxes. On the left is our charge controller, and on the right is our battery management system. So this battery management system, you can see out of the back, it's got something like 18 wires connected to each one of the cells that monitors the pack voltage as a whole and then the individual cells and helps to balance that out. And of course, got my sticker on there, so that looks pretty good. On the other side, start from the bottom and work our way up. This is our Thunderstruck Motors 2500. It's a charger, and the charger is just using a 110. That's what the customer wanted, so that's what they got. And then this guy on the left here is a DC-DC converter. It's converting my 48 volt pack voltage down to 12 volts. So everything that's powered right now is powered, off the pack voltage through DC-DC, and then I have a battery in the cab just for a little stabilization and just in case. Cool, these two boxes over here, this is actually where all the magic happened. This is where most of my time was spent. So this one, the white one, is a contactor and fuse box, and it serves as a distribution point, hence the three outputs, three labels here on the front. Red wire going to the converter, blue wire going to the charger, and then the orange wire going out here to the motor controller. Here's my inputs, these are my outputs on there, and then this motor here is ME1401. So that's it. And the black one I mentioned, that's the negative distribution block. So pretty much the same as the positive, but just all negative leads coming in. And then here's a little information here. It's got our voltage, 51.7 volts currently, current 184 milliamps currently with everything going on. Multiply those together, you get wattage, watt hours. So far I've run this for 500 watt hours. I haven't run it that much. And then amp hours, this is probably not accurate because it's needs to be programmed. And then this little guy here is a battery stage charging. When it's plugged in, it registers the charge. And then the piece de resistance, turn that off, is that I installed, and this is so cool, I installed some lighting. Oh, LED lighting, baby. So you get different colors. And my favorite one is you can also have it synchronize to music. So let me see if my phone's in here. So we'll just leave that in the cab, just sitting there. The box that picks it up is under here. How cool is that? Let's go see the other side. It's like a nightclub in there, baby. I love it. All right. Thanks, Levels. And then over here is the aforementioned battery that I talked about, just for some stabilization and backup supply. It adds more weight than it's worth, but it came with the car, so what the heck. We ran everything through just 2 holes. So one right there, this is powering the lights and the charge controller and the BMS. That's the only thing that's being charged. This box here is what's picking up the sound and converting it to light impulses based on frequency. So that's the pickup that makes the disco possible. And then on the other side, here we go. So then this is the 12 volts coming in from the DC-DC to keep the sucker charged. And then the output is going through a relay here, and then the relay sends that on. Actually, it's looping up and powering everything here. Lights, running lights, night lights. This is just an on-off switch for the windshield wiper. I don't understand why there's 2 switches. Horn, turn signals, anything else up here. All the lights, tail lights, headlights, all the lights are powered through this relay here and a fuse. And then it's also fused on the other side. So cool, man. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Okay, so there's an EV conversion for you. Seems simple, right? This one was actually one of the more simple EV conversions. I would say on average, an EV conversion takes around 500 hours. Could be more, could be less, but I think that's the average. This one, I'm gonna estimate we put 250 hours into. And let's do some quick math here. Let's say that labor costs are $100 an hour. So at 500 hours, that's $50,000 just in labor. Since this one took 250 hours, we're talking 25 grand just in labor. So that gives you an idea before you even bought parts. If you're looking to do an EV conversion, think about how much is going to cost to do that conversion, mostly because you have to custom build mounts to accept all of these components and motors that's not previously been manufactured that way. And one more thing to consider is the parts cost. This particular conversion required $25,000 in parts alone. So that's something to consider when you're thinking about doing an EV conversion, parts and labor. If you're interested in seeing more about the Book Moto conversion, you can click here to take you to that playlist now. One last thing while I have you. We would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, or better still, hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us. It helps other users find our videos in the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, this is Austin EV Only.